What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Uncanned. And today we're uncanning Point Dume Double IPA from 14 Cannons. So Point Dume Double IPA is a double dry hopped double IPA with Citra, Centennial, and Amarillo. From 14 Cannons out in Westlake Village. This baby is 8.5%, 69 IBUs. So exactly what you want to see for a West Coast style double IPA. These guys don't brew hazies. West Coast is the name of the game over at 14 Cannons. So we know it's going to be clear, crisp, and likely pretty bitter and hoppy. So on the can label here, we got this nice kind of deep purple, almost like Lakers purple here. And following in the tradition of 14 Cannons flagship beer. This is the newest to hit their year-round lineup. So it's got that classic 14 Cannons design, and you can't really pick it up on camera, but it definitely has kind of very light in the background. You can see an outline, Point Dume, which is the cliff and the beach out in Malibu that this beer is named after. So pretty cool there, but you have to look pretty closely. It's a little dark here. But yeah, Citra, Centennial, Amarillo. You got like a nice classic straightforward hop combination there for a West Coast style IPA. And it says Point Dume is a true West Coast double IPA, a massive double dry hop of Citra, Centennial, and Amarillo create an unapologetic, dank citrus bomb. I'm excited. I am really excited now. Let's jump into the can and see what's inside. This is a beautiful looking beer, crystal clear, got that nice kind of orangey gold, really bright there. Really delicious looking beer, and you know, I got that proper glassware thing going on, and what I really like about 14 Cannons is their glassware has the nucleation point really on lockdown. Every beer that I pour into one of these glasses just has that really nice kind of cascading tornado of CO2 bubbles floating up to the surface. It just makes for a really kind of nice aesthetic when you're going into a beer like this that's crystal clear, and continues the aromas pushing up out of the glass and into your face. So love that. And speaking of aroma, let's get right into it. Okay, big citrus on this, kind of dark citrus fruit. I'm thinking orange, and I kind of come to this when I think of dank citrus. It's like an orange that has fallen off the tree, that is sitting in the grass and is kind of getting a little sweeter as it goes on, just kind of dank and grassy and citrusy. Really nice nose. Got a little bit of lemon peel on it too, kind of counteracting that like dark sweet citrus with like a little bit of light and bright citrus as well. Yeah, and piney resin for sure on this. Exactly what you want to smell. So just great, West Coast IPA aromas on a already great looking beer. So I can't wait to taste this. Let's go ahead and do it. Cheers. Wow. Really, really nice there. I was kind of like waiting to see where the sweetness level was going to finish off at, because as it was going down my palate, it hits you with that initial shock of bitterness, because this beer is bitter. What is the IBU? 69 IBUs. So it's a little bit up there. Not over the top by any means, but it's there, especially if you've been drinking non-bitter beer lately, a lot of hazies and things like that. 69 IBUs on this type of beer you're gonna feel it right away. But really what I was waiting for is that sweetness. How sweet was it gonna get? How dry is this beer going to finish out? And from the looks of it, I wasn't thinking too sweet, but on the nose, you definitely got that sweetness. And sometimes with some double IPAs, when you get a little higher up there in ABV, which this one is at 8.5%, you do run the risk of hitting a little bit of a higher sweet, sugar content and a sweetness perception that comes through on the palate. This beer, the sweetness like hits you, it dials up and up as you kind of go down your palate, and then it stops suddenly. And it's kind of stops right where it needs to be. It's not too sweet. It's not too dry. It's really kind of right there. When you start amping things up into the flavor arena, when you're going high hop content, high sugar content, a lot of dry hopping going on, balance becomes more important than ever. And I've had conversations with Nic Bortolin, the head brewer at 14 Cannons, about this, and it's something that he takes really, really seriously, and it's something that he's really good at as well. This beer does a really good job balancing all those really, really strong hop flavors with the bitterness, with the sweetness, you know, that dank character, that kind of piney citrus, resiny character. They're all there, they're all present, they're all in your face, but there's not one dominating the overall profile of this beer. This style of beer has, I'd say, become less popular overall compared to, 5, 7, 8 years ago, when, guys like Stone were like throwing West Coast Double IPA after Double IPA. Now we're seeing a lot of juicy, a lot of hazy, a lot of things like that, where we're not seeing as many of the dank West Coast style. It can be hit or miss depending on where you're getting it from. This one is so damn solid that you're gonna wanna drink this and you're gonna put it into your regular rotation. And I think that's exactly why 14 Cannons kind of promoted this beer into their year-round lineup, because it is so solid, so consistent, and it fills a gap, I think, in the marketplace, especially here locally, where you can find something that's relatively readily available. If you're in the kind of northwest part of the San Fernando Valley, going into Ventura County, 14 Cannons is in Westlake Village, so anywhere around there, this is going to be pretty readily available. They get their stuff in Whole Foods and Total Wine and all the good bottle shops around there, and also available through their taproom. So I really like this beer a lot. It's definitely something that I'm going to look to on a regular basis. I don't drink beers like this very often, so it's not like this is going to be a regular in my fridge, but it is going to be something that if someone's asking me what's a good West Coast style double IPA that's made here in LA, by default I go to guys like El Segundo's Hammerland, like Naughty from Three Weavers. I think 14 Cannons just put out something that is going to be recommended in that same conversation. So very well done. That is not easy to do. If you've watched any of our stuff, you know I love 14 Cannons, so fine, I'm biased. But it is what it is. That's what I think. I want to hear what you guys have to think. Pick up this beer, check it out, and uncan it for yourself. Cheers.